That's Cody, and I'm Erica.
Hi, that is her.
And we're
That is she.
Unarticulate.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Jumping right in. I just thought about it because I look at Moose and he's right here. Very weird situation. So first of all, he's a lot more lovey-dovey today. First of all, here he is. Look at him.
Oh,
He's like, hey,
hello.
what's going on? He's been very in these past 2 days very lovey-dovey, and he's like, this is great, and we're just hanging out. I don't know what happened, but today I walk in my apartment and I always say like Moose, Moose, and trying to get him, recognize his name. And totally walked in and I'm like, Leo, Leo?
Oh,
And I was like,
no.
I caught it after like a couple seconds. I was like, oh, awkward. Like imagine if that were like a marriage situation, like you're
The
just
other
randomly
woman.
calling. Yeah, right. Like I'm so glad that Moose is not a human and he doesn't understand all of the mess up that I just did.
Yes.
All of it. uh,
That's
so
okay.
let's elephant in the room.
There's no
What's
elephant. There's
no,
a
there is.
Woodward
There's
on your wall that kind of looks like an elephant.
yes. So everyone knows if you can't see, I have the bold and brash logo from SpongeBob. But what I was going to talk about was the hair.
Yeah, so remember when I said I bought a ton of wigs?
Yeah.
I bought a ton of wigs, which ended up being 5,
Mm.
which is still a lot, and I got them all on Amazon, and I've been trying to wear them to get used to wearing them and like figuring out how to style them so that you can't see like the netting underneath of the wig and things like that. So yesterday I wore one of the longer ones, but today I have on my lovely little red one that is just like a little red bob. And it's fun. So it's not like red, but it's like a burgundy wine color. Which I was also told this would be a good hair color for me. So like there's that.
I think so.
Which I was like, that's nice. And then that made me think about other things. But the reason I bought wigs was two separate reasons. Was one because I am super into Halloween, like hardcore into Halloween, and dressing up for Halloween. Like I have been into Halloween for forever, and dressing up for Halloween is something that's super important for me. It's something that like I'm pretty sure I am one of few people that take it as seriously as I do. um and now I have wigs for it because I bought a wig that I could be Shigo from Kim Possible with.
Yo, yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And then that just like I saw that wig and that just kind of spiraled into like, oh, here's 4 more. So there's
I was gonna say, I feel like in terms of quality of the wigs, this seems natural. Like it looks pretty not wig-ish.
yeah,
It doesn't look like you went to Party City.
no. I bought them all
Yeah.
on Amazon for like a decent price too.
Like decently cheap. Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming that they're not cheap. As in, my friend who has alopecia and shaved her head, she would be like, I'd have to drop like 120 bucks on a wig.
So yeah, and that's like getting real hair. This is not real hair. This is
Mm.
synthetic. But so like real hair is going to be more because there's more involved in that.
Right.
And like usually if you're getting a decent quality wig, it's also like anywhere from 30 to 70 if it's synthetic. So like
Mm.
that's a little bit, but this was like $15.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That looks very, very good. Not Party City.
So
I was
this
gonna say,
is
if you did that to your hair, like it would probably look a lot. Not that it doesn't look lifelike, but in terms of like natural highlights and lowlights, and insert other terminology that cosmetologists know that I don't.
yeah.
It would look even more dope.
Yeah. So this
I
is
love the I have to look like this to see you because thanks.
like I can't see.
Like, just put your head all the way up and just
Ugh.
smile. So, how's it going?
I look at
Oh, that
people
would be
like this
so
from now
painful.
on cuz I don't have eyes.
The hills have eyes.
They do. That's a scary
They
movie.
cover it for you. It is.
It is a scary
I
movie.
am a fan of the originals.
Yes.
So what else is going on? You have wigs now.
I have wigs now.
You
Um,
look like Jesse from Team Rocket.
yes, that is my goal in life. Um, to do cosplaying in general. If I could just quit my job and do all of the creative things in the world, like cosplay, do this full time, um, do makeup stuff full time, while also like traveling and like having the opportunity to travel and do leadership stuff, I 100% would.
Yeah, I do not blame you. I
So,
What was very confusing is today was that one of the team people brought up that we are switching to 8 to 4 for the summer instead of 9 to 3, and then having floating hours to go to XYZ.
mhm.
Um, she said like, oh, we're gonna just a reminder, we're gonna be switching to 8 to 4, and all I'm thinking in my head was, do you not remember 3 months ago when you said that we're doing 8 to 4 for this entire semester? That like you're just further reiterating the fact that we're just doing what we're doing because bruh, like how do you whatever. Not that this is completely irrelevant. I'm just like, what is happening? Are you, did it just blow in from stupid town? No.
Yeah.
No. um I feel like it's getting to that point where like I need a break, and I feel like you're gonna nod your head and be like, I need a break.
Yes. Yes. I found out that my furlough days are after, like, they start after semester ends and move out happens, and it makes me sad. You should just, like, reach out to Ian.
I'll just reach out to everybody in Smosh.
Ian, Sarah
uh
Whittle.
Yes, everyone from Smoth, to just be on our podcast.
That would be
All right.
great.
Well, we just came back from a small break. Sorry about that. Uh, so me, what's in my life?
You asked me what was going on with me.
Oh, and then that happened, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, let's not make it about me. There you go. Go
All
ahead.
right, let's enter in now.
Okay. Thanks, Nick.
Um, so what's going on with me? Other than that stuff, other than work stuff, my best friend came up this weekend, and we celebrated her birthday. Even though her birthday was in the beginning of April, we went to pick tulips, and I got my second ear, like my second holes done. I
Yay.
did that spur of the moment, and yeah, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier happened, and it made me cry. It was so
It
good.
was very, very good.
It was so good. And now I'm
I
just
feel
sad.
Yeah, I feel really bad that I didn't. So I know that the one character, trying to limit spoilers in the best way. The one character, the way that they acted, like you were made to like hate them, and I didn't like them,
You
but
talking about
like
the
obvious,
Flag Smashers?
yes,
Okay.
like I was like, you are a really crappy person, and I'm like, I get why you're doing certain things that you're doing, but also like you're awful, and then I'm just like, that's how you know that you have a good villain, um,
Yeah.
especially when you could like kind of understand where they're coming from.
Mhm. And that's kind of
So,
like I feel like another sign of a good actor playing a villain. Um it like goes out to Wyatt Russell with John Walker
mhm.
because people are going to hate Wyatt Russell for his character of John Walker, just like people hated like Jack Leeson for Joffrey.
Yep, Cersei Lannister is one of my favorite people to hate.
She, oh my gosh. I have you ever watched the interview that she does where she talks about she's giving birth and one of the doctors is like, "Wait, do you play Cersei Lannister?" and
No,
she's like, "What answer do I need to give you so that you safely get this baby out?"
interesting.
and like she was joking
That
around and
is
like laughing about it. Um and like they were laughing and he was like, "Oh no, just like you do such a good job. I just want you to say one of your lines."
While you're actively giving birth, I want you to scream a line.
So, but no, it was so good. It was such a good show. It made me happy. I'm
I
happy
love
that
it.
it completed well, it
Yeah.
finalized well, everything tied up nicely. I am sad. Oh, like Sam being Captain America. It's beautiful.
You just spoiling.
I didn't spoil because people assumed that from the beginning.
Yeah, that's fair. The mantle was passed off, and
That's what they were
like
trying
how
to
that.
fight for the entire
That's
show.
great. I was slightly distracted while you were talking because I keep like looking and I see like this natural part is just very prominent and it's very bothersome. It looks like I have like a battle scar going through my scalp,
It
and it's
does.
just a natural part, and I'm just like no, like so if I go like this, where did it go? Where are you?
You
I'm
cowlick.
just I'm just gonna sit like this. No, it's there. No. See, you don't get calyx with wigs.
You don't.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't get
You
cowlicks.
you might get a cow licking you though, which I don't.
I don't want to be licked
You
by
know,
it. Well, I don't care. I don't care because I've been licked by cows.
I'm indifferent to cow licks. Good, 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 good. Um, yes, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 10 out of 10. Just watch Spider-Man: Far From Home, 10 out of 10.
I need to watch that one.
It's on the list. Um, anything else going on with you?
I just binge watched. Speaking of anime too, I just binge watched an entire anime.
Good.
There, I know people either really like anime or they're like, no, it's not for me. I love the ones I've watched. They've just been great. It's called Demon Slayer. It's on Netflix. Season one is out now. What?
Yeah.
You know
My
Demon
my
Slayer?
my graduate assistant literally is like obsessed and just ordered all this manga for it. All of it. And
You
I'm just
should
like, what?
you should give it a try.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's really good. It's on Netflix. There's a good storyline um around this brother and sister. The story behind all the demons is really interesting and like it's really well written. Um
Mhm.
and right now the movie just came out and I believe it just hit the states. And they're looking at making a season 2.
Awesome.
So, I am excited. And
Okay.
I watched that in 2 days. So good.
Good for you.
I have a problem. I don't watch shows. I don't consume media in a normal
Yeah.
amount of time because when it comes out, I'm like, let me just get all through. Like, if I like
Yeah.
it, I'm gonna binge through it.
Yeah, I'm a little upset that Netflix has like curated us into that type of purple.
Purple?
I wanted to say person, and then I'm just like Moose. What are you doing? Because he's on my table, and usually I just say Moose, and snap, and he gets right down, and here he comes. Amazing,
Aw.
but he doesn't know his name. I want him to know his name.
He'll get there. It's been
I'm
a
also
week.
saying the wrong name sometimes. It's been 2 weeks
2
actually,
weeks. Okay.
if not longer.
You got
I don't know.
he was just
I know we
introduced
have a
last
whole
week.
lifetime.
Yeah. You got time.
I know. So awesome. So Demon Slayer on Netflix. I will give it a shot.
It's so good. It's so good.
Trying to think if there's anything significant in my life
Yeah,
that
yeah, what's
has
going on with you? Tell me
the
things
past
about you.
week. I know. I just rapid fire. I cleaned for 4.5 hours yesterday, and I'm just like, whose apartment is this? Um, and I have some dishes piling up because of lunch, and I was like, you should be in the dishwasher, and I didn't put it in. I just let it sit there, and I was like, you're doing this to yourself. Um, yeah, I have very aggressive conversations with myself sometimes. Um, what else? Oh, I was asked to do a cooking video for one of the campus partners that we have. Um, and so I was like, what am I gonna cook? And I make these really easy lemon cookies that is literally just like box cake mix, oil, eggs, and then fresh lemon. And so
Mhm.
I make them like all the time for my staff, and it's like, they like it. I like making them, and they're super easy. So I was like, I'll make this. Didn't think it was going to be, comparatively longer than all of the other ones that have been posted. All the other ones are like 2 to 3 minutes, and you know, mine was like 13 minutes before editing down. Nick and I got it to 9 minutes and 59 seconds. And with bloopers, it's just under 13 minutes because I'm really bad at not being a blooper reel as a person. Like my entire personality is like just messing up the script. You know what I mean?
That's why we
So
have this podcast.
right. I was gonna say, I think I am the persona of messing up the script, and then you are just the walking embodiment of. Oh no! I totally had this before. I was like, I know exactly what I was gonna say. Never mind.
Also, our sweet
Nick,
Nick.
cut it out. Cut it all out.
No, keep it. We haven't talked about Nick in a hot minute. We got to make sure he's a
Nick.
part of this.
Yes, Nick did editing. He and I were up till, I would say, 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning, probably editing that. Obviously, he was doing the editing and I was doing the coaching. Of yeah, I think we could cut that. Oh yeah, this could go whatever. So I posted that on my personal Instagram, the one with all of the bloopers, so that people go watch it on Instagram TV. And I mean, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, when they post it to the campus's account, students will find it interesting. Uh, I learned, so it's a lemon cookie, and I tried it with lime, and I
Oh.
tried it with oranges, and they
Ooh.
were pretty okay. The lime tastes like lemon, so there's no point in being, extra and changing the citrus you're using. Yeah, I'm trying to think of significant things. I wanted to read, and I told myself I was going to read, and I didn't touch a book. So that's my goal for tonight, to touch a book and maybe open and read at least the first page. Um,
What book?
uh,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Okay.
I Dance with Dragons.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were
I
gonna
was like, do you really want me to bring up Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire? Like,
listen. I'm not there. It's not happening. I
I
have
know,
other things to read.
I know. I have a dream of spring. Those Song of Ice and Fire people will get the reference. Uh, I have a dream of spring that you will finally read at least the first book and have it finished at some point.
I will.
The end of 2021, you just need to finish the first book.
Maybe I'll hold myself accountable with this podcast
Thank you.
in an agreement.
Awesome. That's what we're gonna have to do. Um, but I would like to. I really want to get back into The Crown. It's just not on my list of things. But I did like the first couple episodes that I did watch, and I'm excited to get to the Princess Diana section of all of that.
Yeah.
So
I've heard it was really good.
yeah, I guess that's really all that I have. So I think you need to start us off this week.
No.
What's what you got? No, I start.
No, I got nothing. Yeah, I can start. Um
No,
no.
I don't wanna.
I just forgot everything I was gonna say and then was like, oh, let me tell Cody that I got back into Zelda.
No, tell me all about it
I,
because you know.
I got back into Zelda Breath of the Wild and it happened when my friend was here, my best friend was here, Becca, and she got to listen to me die a bunch of times and be utterly frustrated and that's
Lick, stop it.
that's and that was I feel like she finally got to experience what you've experienced when I play. Where it's me yelling at Link to do better, Link. There was one point in time with one of the shrines, not the shrines, the towers,
Yes,
um, that it's the one that's surrounded by mud.
got it. Yep.
And I'm in there like throwing just metal blocks around. And then at one point in time, Link had slid And I was like, no, Link, you gotta go back up there. You gotta get back. Stop it. And I'm like yelling at him. It's me. It's me the entire time.
Right.
Anyway, so
I am Link.
I am Link. I am Link. So I've gotten back into Zelda Breath of the Wild because it's just so good and open exploration is so good. Um, and I think this will hold me over because I almost bought Skyrim the other day because I wanted open world adventure.
Yeah, I have this issue where I bought Skyrim and it's just I played 2 hours of it and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I
Skyrim is
know.
so good.
I know.
Cody, I had it for my Xbox for the longest time and just wandered around. That's how I bonded with people. Skyrim is so good. You can't
I
hide
know,
behind
I'm
a
sorry.
blanket.
I know. I know. I really should get try again. But I just like would rather not if I'm being real. I also kind of want to try that. Is it Valheim? Insert how you would pronounce the word, whatever.
Hmm.
It's a new PC game, I believe. Maybe it's available on other platforms, but it's kind of that open world, like plus, like crafting and leveling up. Like if you took, if I'm assuming what it looks like is if you took Skyrim and added like RuneScape, kind of. I
Okay.
could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. Um, but that looks exciting to me, and I'm like, I think I might do that with some friends. And I haven't done anything with that. I've been playing too much Phasmophobia and Left 4 Dead, so
Well, and
awkward.
you've been more into PC gaming
Yes.
recently, where like we were both there at one point in time, and then I think I phased back into like
Hmm.
console gaming.
Hmm.
Because that's the stuff that I'm playing with. Like it got to a point where I
Yeah.
almost was like, let me buy an Xbox so that I can play um what is it? The new game that just came out. Well, it didn't just come out. Cyberpunk.
Oh, uh, I don't know what that means, but I was I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I was like, I need to buy a new PlayStation just to play Kingdom Hearts because it's been so long.
Yeah. So
So anyway,
one day we'll talk about all of our gaming stuff in more detail than we are now.
right.
And how we've gotten into because I have a story about like how I've gotten into gaming. I don't know if you do or not.
I would say not of significance enough that I'm ill prepared to talk about my
We're
gaming.
we're not going to talk about gaming this time. That'll be
Okay.
another one. That'll be another.
I'm so sorry.
No, we have things to talk about. I'm just saying
Okay.
that I have a story of why I'm into
Got it.
that world of my life. Um, high
Just
five.
clap.
That's also
Self high
isn't
five.
yeah, isn't that what self high fiving is just clapping.
Just like put one hand up with the wig on and then do the other with the
Like
wig off and just yes.
okay.
Good.
So I was napping briefly before we started doing this um and had some really weird dreams and was like, let's talk about dreams. Let's talk about dreams and like what not what they mean because I never know what they mean. And part of me is just like, I don't know that they mean anything. They're just like things that happen, chemical reactions in your brain or like significant stressors of things
Hmm.
that you fell asleep to. But the dream I had while I was sleeping, while I was sleeping, that's when you dream, um, was my parents bought they bought a rabbit and but like the rabbit was like cat sized like large
My
cat
cat-sized rabbit.
sized
Yeah.
yeah. um and the rabbit was really chill and then like also I was being followed by some like mysterious force that was also a lady but I never got to see her so it was kind of creepy. um but then my parents had the rabbit injected with something because I don't remember what. um but it was like for health purposes and the rabbit attacked me and like followed me around and tried to attack me to the point where like my dad had to get a taser to taser the rabbit
Oh my.
away. Like,
My
what kind
God.
of crazy chaoticness is this? So that was my really weird dream, and I have weird dreams all the time. What? Tell me your dream.
I was gonna say I would love to hear all of my Freudian-based scientists and psychologists and everything to just be like, "Well, we have a lot of time to unpack that. Let's go." Um,
My parents buying a
what
rabbit that
weird
tried to
dreams?
kill me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember when I was younger, I would have this recurring, like I don't want to call it like a setup dream, but like when I'm kind of in that state of like when you're first falling asleep and you're like half dreaming but awake but
Mhm.
whatever, of this train coming by and like the side of the car being like a almost like a title card or something for a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I vividly just remember that consistently being, you know, a thing. And then when the train ends, I mean, I was always a big fan of Scream, that franchise. When I feel like I've talked about that before, and I vividly remember at some point, like after the train leaves, of like the masked ghost face character being there, which has no correlation to anything. It's just it was there. The story could have been about rainbows and unicorns, and then it was just still that was kind of the entry into like a dreamscape or whatever. And I'm trying to think if there were the only the only times I feel like I really have weird dreams is when I take melatonin.
Mm.
I tend to be I guess counterintuitively restless when I take melatonin. And I definitely have had nightmares, and I couldn't tell you because I am sure you know the percentages, but like, isn't it like insert high like 90s percentage by like 10 minutes post night or dream that you don't remember it or something?
You're giving me more credit than I should
Okay,
have.
sure. Okay, well, I just, yeah. So like, I have no significant ones that stand out. I mean, I definitely know that I've fallen, and like as soon as I hit, I would like wake up, or I think there was a time I was like struck by lightning, which insert weird Freudian piece here. Um, don't know what that means.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no, I don't think I really have had too many that like I couldn't come back from. I will say there are times like I've never had sleep paralysis, but there are times when I first wake up that I like almost second guess reality of like I would have like a hoodie hanging on my door, and like even though that's very low, like I think it's a human, and it takes like 2 seconds for me to see it, react, and then be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
um and I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. It just it felt right to say. I'm like, it's not dreaming, it's post dreaming, but also um things clicking in my brain. They just don't. I feel like also when I if I drink any type of alcohol, I feel like I tend to have no dreams. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say for myself about dreams. I
Okay.
don't dream often, I don't think.
Well, you
I would have
might.
to
You
have a
just don't
dream
remember
journal,
it.
right? Yeah. I would have to do dream journaling to give you more of an accurate representation, because they're just so, if they are a thing, they're so insignificant I don't even think about it.
Ugh. I've woken up from dreams where I like needed to take the large part of my morning to like get back into reality.
Interesting.
And it's all internal. It's all like me just kind of internally being like, what just happened?
That must be very scary.
Well, it's the thing that you talked about where it's like reorienting yourself to the now when you wake up and you're like, is that a person? Like
Yeah.
like there was a time in college where in like undergrad where I had binge watched House.
Oh gosh.
I loved House. I still love House. And then
Hugh
woke
Laurie.
yeah, well woke up
God.
because I fell asleep watching it. Woke up and thought I saw him in my room and was like, "What is he doing here?" and like got really panicked. So,
Oh my gosh. Hugh Laurie, please don't go into people's rooms while they're sleeping.
no, don't do that. It's scary.
And how long did it take you to recover from
That
the non-reality of him being there?
just like
I
a
mean, I'm sure
second.
that was
Like a
right.
second. I was just like, what the okay.
Well, how long? What do you feel is like the average time, or like what are the extreme times that you've experienced that you've needed to like recollect yourself?
I think the worst one was recent. Where and I couldn't even tell you what it was, but whatever happened in Dream World was so messed up that like I woke up at 8, walked my dog, listened to a podcast, heard none of the podcast because I was processing through everything that like happened and was going on in my dream world. And then I think like around 10 like things subsided, but then like later in the day there was like that like flashback kind of feeling that you get when you
Mm.
have a flashback to like a part of the dream that I didn't remember. And I was like, that is gross and freaked out.
Hmm. Interesting.
But I think it's when things
Yeah.
feel so real.
Right. Yeah. I definitely can say like without getting too strange. Like I definitely think like in the pubescent timeline of things, my dreams felt way more real.
Hmm.
And like grossly stating, I've never had a wet dream, so like
We
I'm
went
like
there.
that's a strange thing to say, right? I'm just like oh weird. But yeah, I just like I will say in terms of like dreams that I've had, I think more through puberty, and it not even and I'm not even talking sexual, but like just dreams that I've had. I feel like they were a lot more vivid back then, and I could have maybe had that questioning of like, was that a reality? Oh wait, now I'm awake,
Hmm.
as compared to now I'm just like everything is dark, and I wake up and everything's still dark, but there's a cat, right? And not a cat-sized rabbit. So
Yeah, cat's eyes rabbit.
I will say I feel like that's the weird piece. I feel like there was something I heard, again this could be totally wrong, but that you if you dream more, you're sleeping better,
Hmm.
which I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean I feel like ever since I've come to where I'm at right now, I've had a lot more restless sleep,
Yeah.
which stress maybe. I also sleep in pure darkness, and there's a forever light outside of my apartment that shines right on in. Like that could be a contributing factor.
Not the
Uh,
forever light.
right. I don't know what to call it other than the light that is on at night, aka forever light. It's a street lamp. Those
Not
are
the
what
eye
those are
of
called.
Sauron looking into your window every night.
Stop. Stop. I actually, it's so funny that you say that because, first of all, when you were talking, I wasn't even going to bring it up. When you were talking about doing Legend of Zelda, I literally was like, I was just watching conspiracy theories. Well, not conspiracy theories, but like theory based videos of The Legend of Zelda yesterday, all about like what these little like tribunes in Breath of the Wild what they mean. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, yo, that's really weird that you bring that up because I literally was doing that yesterday. So yesterday I tweeted, actually no, I don't know why I said tweeted like that. Tweeted, it was actually 8 hours ago I tweeted, one day Warner Bros will announce a new super extended edition of all the Lord of the Rings films that expands the runtime by an astronomical amount and no one will be ready.
Oh.
So I need you to get out of my head or something. Is this a dream?
It might
Is
be.
this reality?
Are we actually
Because our
making a
brains are too much
podcast?
insane. I know. I really wish I could be making this up, but like it's the tweet is literally right there. Like
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
making it up. That's so weird that
That's
gosh.
that's amazing.
Is this a dream? So in my dreams, do you wear wigs? Is this what this is now?
I guess
Oh my
so.
god. I don't know what's happening.
Are you
I'm just
okay?
gonna like look around my apartment to be sure I'm actually here.
You are alive. You're there. You're ready for business.
So what do we do now with dreams?
I
Should I
don't
do a dream journal? Should I tell you about my dreams?
if you want to.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you
It's gonna.
did tell me, and then you were also like, "I don't really dream," and that was it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go back and be like, nothing, 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 and then just find one. And I'm like, oh well, 13 weeks ago, here I said I woke up. I don't know.
Would
Yeah,
you
I'm
would
not.
you ever record yourself when you're sleeping?
Would I ever record myself when I'm speaking? Um, I don't. My brain goes to paranormal activity, and I'm like, that'd be very strange to just watch it and fast forward. Um, so I yes, I mean I've also had people watch me sleep because I had to do like a brain study before.
I'm talking like
Um,
audio recording.
oh, an audio?
Uh-huh.
I thought video.
No.
I don't know. How do you? Yes,
Oh. I am too
you
freaked
do. You
out.
wouldn't,
No, I would never. Because I am too freaked out because like this is now just going in to a whole different conversation than what I thought we were gonna have today.
all right. Well, that's fine. Let's do it.
Because like the paranormal. Let's go in
Okay.
there. Um, the paranormal is why I would never record myself because I don't want in the middle of the night to like hear another voice that's not my own
Right.
talk to me or like another breathing sound that is not my own appear
Right.
because
Yep.
that freaks me out. Yeah, think about
Yeah. I mean,
it.
uh, see, I kind of land in that like I don't believe in the paranormal, but I
uh,
also should because like weird stuff has happened, and it would make much more sense if I just did. Um, but also like I'm just not in the mood to deal with it. But also like that's not how the world works. Like if I don't want to deal with certain political people and stuff like that, like you just say, "Well, I don't want to," and then it disappears. Right? That's not how the world works.
no.
Yikes. That's a good point. No, I will not watch or listen to anything of me sleeping.
No, it freaks
Yep.
me out.
Well, on that note, let's talk about finances.
Dreams, ghosts, finances.
Got it.
It's what freaks
I
every mid-20s-year-old out.
stop. I am in. Oh gosh, I'm in my mid 20s. Yikes. Um,
I'm leaving this deck. I'm
I,
leaving my
I know.
second decade and going into my third.
I know.
Take it in stride. It's a great experience. You learn a lot about yourself. It's a good time. Getting old is not that weird. It's
I
just
know.
an adventure that you don't have yet.
And I don't have money because finances. So, um, I was totally just scrolling around, the interwebs this weekend, and I decided that I wanted Funko Pops. Now I already have four Funko Pops for Game of Thrones, right? And I'm just just going around and looking at things, and then out of nowhere, I have $300 of Funko Pops in my in my to buy on eBay, and I was like, there are worse things that I could do. And so I may or may not have purchased $300 worth of Funko
What did
Pops.
you get?
I got a lot of them. Granted, I did get about like 25 to 30 of them, so that's not I'm spending like $10 per Funko Pop. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. So I got some more Game of Thrones ones. I got Avengers ones, one being, our great Wanda. Um I got the limited edition uh who is it? Or shoot. Hot Topic. They had an exclusive one for WandaVision that she's actually like Scarlet Witch standing, not the levitating at the end of the show.
Hmm.
Um, so I wanted that one. I was like, I'm getting it. And so I got a couple of the Avengers. I got the entire Schitt's Creek group, and I got some Pokemons.
I have
I'm saying Pokemon plural unnecessarily.
I have a
Yes.
random Pokemon too.
Which one?
I have full picks.
Aw. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think I got Jolteon, Flareon, Pichu, Pikachu. and I think there was one more. I could be wrong,
Hmm.
but I got a unnecessary amount of them.
Wait, what
And I
Avengers ones did you get?
oh my gosh, I got Tony, Cap, Thor, Wanda, Hawkeye, and I think that's it.
I'm waiting for the Hawkeye series to come out because I feel like they're gonna have some pretty good Hawkeye
Yeah.
ones then.
I don't know if he's gonna. I think he's gonna be in it for like an episode. Yes, Jeremy Renner's like, I'm retiring. I'm like, oh yeah,
But is it his job to like train her to be Hawkeye?
yeah.
So wouldn't he have to be in it for more than one episode?
I don't know, maybe.
Because that's also how I feel about Loki. Because I'm waiting to get a Loki one until the show comes out.
Yeah, I bought a lot of them,
That's okay.
and I feel like I'm missing some. Um, oh, I got. Oh wait, no, this is all related to Game of Thrones, which is unnecessary.
Wait, who
Oh, I
did?
got some Harry Potter ones too. Yeah. Um, so who did I get from Game of Thrones? I got Arya. Um, oh, I forgot Ant Man from Marvel. Yeah, I got Arya. I got Brienne of Tarth. Oh, I forgot Doctor Strange as well.
I love Doctor Strange. He sits on my
I know
table.
he's great. I got Ghost. I
Hmm.
got Gendry, King Bran, Lord Varys, which I already have. So if you don't have him, maybe I could pass him along
Why did you buy one you already had?
because it was in a bundle and it was cheaper. And then I got
Oh.
Theon. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at that! I ordered two Gendrys, so I'm doing a really bad job. So again, that was just a long way of saying that financially I'm irresponsible, and so I don't yeah I one time donated $600 to the American Cancer Society by accident. It was supposed to be six or no, it was 700 and it was supposed to be 70. So I did. Oh gosh, this was 2014, and I started this color run, right? And because my town that wasn't really a thing, so we did a 5K, and we did the that colored powder that you would throw, and we raised money for the American Cancer Society. So made our donation, and we had a little piece afterwards. After the whole run, we did almost like an amusement park type of thing, like a carnival, whatever, and there were some proceeds from that. We didn't make a lot of money. We actually made, and I quote, $70 at the end of all of it. So um, that was specifically for the carnival. We made about like I think $1,000 from the color run, but
Hmm.
specifically from the carnival, we made about $70, right? So I was like, okay, the money's in my account. I'm gonna write the check. Or did I write a check? I forget how I did it. It wasn't a check. It was some type of like PayPal or I don't know. I paid from it through some type of money thing. And so I did the $70 and then that was it. And it was like 2 or 3 weeks later and I looked at my balance and I'm like, this is significantly lower than I expected. And it's because I accidentally put another zero and I ended up donating $630 of my own monies into the American Cancer Society. Great cause, but very bad for someone who's 18 and does not have a full time job or a part time job. So I spent about 6 months paying all that money back by having a job at Walmart.
Oh no.
And that is how I summarize senior year of college. Just financially burdened by mistakes that I made. But it was through philanthropy, so I put that on my taxes for the next year. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Thinking like an adult. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I do very well at being frugal, and then I am just irresponsible every other day. Like I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna buy that. I'll save the money, and then I'm like, $300 on Funko Pops. Yeah. So what about you? Have you made any financial mistakes like that?
Um, in undergrad, I don't know that I like you at least donated to a good cause. Um, in undergrad, there was a point in time where my parents and I had gotten into a big fight because they looked at my bank statement and were like, "What are you spending money on? You're in school. What are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I had in 1 month, in 1 month, took advantage of Victoria's Secret's 5 for 25 deal 7 times.
Oh my god.
Who needs that much underwear? Not me.
Were you happy?
I was happy until they yelled at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should probably be a little bit more fiscally responsible.
Do they even sell that much underwear at one time?
I went
I mean,
to,
I guess that is 20. No, you said 7. That's 35 different underwear, unless you doubled down.
no, that is 35 different underwear.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm ashamed of it now because I'm like, because now I'm a little bit more frugal with things, except when I
Yeah.
went out and bought 5 wigs. Um,
Why have one when you can have
when you
5?
can have five.
So,
But yeah, yeah, because now I like when I bought 5 wigs, I had got something else for like hiking and stuff.
mm,
Um, and like that came out to $85, and I was like, I don't know that I need to spend. Maybe I won't buy it. I'm just not gonna buy it. And then I'm like, I need it. And if I do it
right.
really fast, like just rip the band-aid off, it's okay.
Right. Yeah, I'm very glad to be in a place where I'm financially independent. Hello,
That
mom.
was outside my house. I don't know what's happening.
Do you want to go check on it?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. My
Uh,
window's open, so I don't know what's going on outside.
nice. I am so glad that I'm financially independent to the point where like no one needs to look at my credit statements. No one needs to look at anything.
I have to
Um,
use the bathroom so bad, so please just keep talking amongst yourself.
I'm just gonna pause. Ugh. So I think what I need, which I will say, in throughout COVID, I thought I was doing pretty okay. Like, you know, I don't know. I thought I was doing okay. I was gonna say I always purchase on credit card, which is gonna sound bad. I always purchase on credit card and then I pay credit cards off at the end of the month, and I have done that very successfully, and I use that cash back to reward myself. Um, but I also was like, one time, I think it was in September, October, I was like, you know what I need? I need all of the Sims expansion packs. And then spend $300 on the Sims expansion packs. And I'm just like, who am I? Why is spontaneity like the thing that's great? I guess I was just too much in a rut of, being square to not just like round out and spend $300.
That's fair.
Sometimes you just need to do the 5 dollars 7 times underwear.
You really don't. Nobody ever needs to
You,
do that.
you had underwear to change 4 times every day of the week.
Yeah.
Well, I guess change 5, but like I'm assuming you have one on. Whatever, you know what I
I
mean.
I had a month's worth of underwear.
Correct.
Who
Even
needs
when we
that?
have a leap year.
Who needs that?
I mean, sometimes you do.
You don't.
I, yes. I was like, I mean, is that necessarily the worst thing? But I feel like my problem is I tend to recycle instead of like um or not recycle. I tend to use one and then go around, like not underwear but like shoes. I'll wear the same shoes and then I'll wear them out and have to go get new shoes, as compared to like you wouldn't wear your shoes out if you spread your usage across multiple things.
Hmm. I think,
A lot of people do that with cars when they're financially stable. They're like,
yeah.
well, if I know that I'm going to be driving long distance, I'll use this and then switch or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have money for that. I bought Funko Pops. Anyway,
Well, and I think like I've also gotten to a point in my life where like upgrading my TV from the TV I had in undergrad was like a big deal, and I didn't want to spend money on it, and then found a Black
Right.
Friday sale. Um, where like I will keep stuff until I actually need it. So like I
Yeah.
have pants that I've kept forever, and like more expensive things like my current Xbox is from when I was an undergrad. I
Yeah.
don't really use it that often anymore because like some of the stuff glitches out. Um, but like I try to keep things as long as I can.
Yeah.
Um, but I also think there's like a beauty in one of my coworkers does this really well where he will spend a decent amount of money on things for the highest quality because he knows he's going to have it for a long period of time.
Right.
But also like does behind the scenes research and like looks up stuff, and I was like I need to be more like you. So, I'm trying to get to that point. Part of like my goals for the year were to pay off a credit card fully, and I did that, and I
Hmm.
felt really accomplished about it. So I'm gonna try to pay off another credit card fully, just because like
Yeah.
I don't like having debt, and like I don't. Student loans are debt, but like student loans, I'm gonna be paying that shit forever at this point.
Right. Yep.
So,
I know. I'm at the point where I just believe that someone else is going to pay my student loans, as in, like, I'm just going to be paying them for the rest of my life. I pass away, and then the government just is like, they didn't exist, you know?
because what happens? Like, What if I don't have a next of kin?
Yeah. It's
Where
going
do they
to
go?
evaporate. Where
Like,
does it go? Into the air.
where does it go? So,
I'm one of the one in or the I'm so bad at saying words. I am one of the 30 million people who is has to wait for my or not my stimulus check, the my income tax return because of all of the delays and everything like that. I've called the IRS every day for 2 weeks, and every time I call they're like, "Due to our current load of calls, we can't accept your call at this time. Goodbye." And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm being irresponsible on the side while also not receiving the monies that would assist in, being irresponsible. So
uh-huh.
it's just gonna have to go to my savings. But yeah, I there's like 30 million, I believe, something like that, people that haven't received their return yet.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, it's been about, I think mine's been submitted for like almost a month and a half to almost 2 months now.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it says it's processing, like not even like it's been confirmed and the refund is processing. It's like we didn't even process your thing, like it is.
Oh.
Mhm. And I'm like, okay, don't come at me if it's not in on time. Don't come at me.
Yeah.
IRS is like, well, that's your problem, buddy, should have been a little bit sooner. And I'm like, I was months ready for you. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And they're like, it's your fault. I'm
You were
like,
like, "I was
okay.
months ready for you," talking to the man that calls me buddy, like I am his
Right.
child.
Yes, yes. Mm. I'm so glad you brought that up. I was like, he's like, buddy, I submitted it. He's like, hey, buddy, this is the number you call. And I'm like, all right, guy,
Hey, buddy.
my guy, thank you. Ugh. So, to summarize this entire podcast for all of you all, let's put a nice bow on it.
Let's put a nice bow on it.
Dreams, are they reality or are they just ghosts? Is it a metaphorical ghost of your past? Is it the future that you're anticipating? Is it some type of Freudian nightmare that is just your reality? Who knows? Finances. If you die, who gets the burden of all your debt? And will that influence you making mistakes? Buying Funko Pops? Who knows? Is the Funko Pop of Captain America? I was like Captain and the Winter Soldier. What I meant to say was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Um, because we don't spoil here.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, you rub your eyes
My
and
eye
fix your
was so
bangs.
itchy.
If you want good synthetic wigs, go to Amazon. This is not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Jeff Bezos, please give me money.
He's not even the owner of it anymore, right?
I think he's something something of something. I don't think he's the CEO. He's just making the monies from it.
That dirty scoundrel.
And to leave you all with something that's very confusing, Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live, and I genuinely don't know what to do with that information.
I don't know how to feel about that either. That makes okay.
He's like, I make cars, I believe in the simulation theory, and I sent a car into space. So I'm gonna go act for you in New York. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And he also has to introduce Miley Cyrus, which is just even more like out there. Like I don't know.
What were they going for?
I must know what they're doing.
I Musk. Okay, well with that, Cody is seeing
Italy.
himself out. That's it for us. Check out check out us anywhere. You usually do this part, so I'm
Yes.
rusty. I don't
Uh,
know. I'm just like
Unarticulate podcast on on Amazon. Oh my gosh. Nope. This is just the
anywhere you
cluster
find
that happens.
podcasts.
Hmm. Yep. If you want to go ahead and leave us a review, a like, a comment, a happy dance, you can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts, including Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to go follow us on the Instagram, it's Unarticulate Podcast, one word, on Instagram.
We have a
And it was
time.
great having you all.
Yes.
Go get your wigs. Get excited.
Get your Funko
Let me
Pops.
see your Funko Pops. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.